Well, it's official. The Labour Party is organising in Northern Ireland and will hold its inaugural Constituency Association meeting tonight in Belfast. It's a big day for university lecturer Boyd Black, who's been campaigning on this issue for years. Boyd Black, you're very welcome. So, yes, indeed, a big day. Is it one that you thought you would ever see?
Well, I always did believe I would see it. I think if I hadn't believed it, I wouldn't have kept going. And I've always felt that our issue and our campaign is so fundamental to a democratic society that ultimately, if the UK was a democracy, it would have to concede this, namely that the people in Northern Ireland should have the right to vote for the party that sets their taxes. It's as simple as that.
OK, and tonight, when you have a constituency that stretches pretty much across the whole of Northern Ireland for now, the association, what do you expect to happen tonight?
Well, tonight's really housekeeping to some extent. We have to adopt a constitution, adopt our rules, and elect our officers, and elect a representative on the National Policy Forum, which is the central policy-making body of the Labour Party. So when we get that's our business for the meeting, and then we have some speech afterwards by Des Bryan MP, former cabinet minister, and
okay, it's very different development, isn't it? I mean, we were reporting obviously on the recent Ulster Union's conference there. You've got the young, vibrant Conservative leader coming across enthusiastically putting his case, whereas you've had to drag the Labour Party over here, kicking and screaming. They've fought every inch of the way in the courts against you, and they're only doing it incredibly reluctantly.
Well, that's your interpretation, Mark.
I can recall all those steps in the way, Boyd, that you had to
yes,
take.
I know, but
I think actually it's not just his interpretation.
Can be deceptive.
To be fair now, it's actually something you said yourself. It's been a long fight with the Labour High Command, mindful of its links to the SDLP, having to be dragged along.
Well, I can recall being told that I couldn't film you applying for the Labour Party years ago at a Labour Party conference by Labour Party officials. Well,
I mean, we'd certainly agree that this is a very sort of delicate operation to move this far, and a lot of diplomatic moves, shall we say, to bring this about. And the important thing is that the Labour Party have accepted that, in essence, that our campaign was right. And I think they're slowly but surely we're building up, and we'll see what happens after that.
We were south of the border at the weekend, both Jim and myself. The Irish Labour Party is benefiting from this anti-government move with the credit crunch, but of course the British Labour Party is being held responsible for it.
Well, that's not fair. But in actual fact, I mean, remember that the Labour government is now in the middle of its third term, which is exceptional. That's never happened before. And also, we're in this international credit crunch, so that's going to make it extremely difficult for any government. And I would argue that Gordon Brown has actually done extremely well trying to cope with what is a pretty impossible situation. And we've still got 18 months to the general election. All right, the opinion polls are not too good at the moment, but they will change. And I think the important thing is that David Cameron is not really scoring the way he ought to be scoring if he was heading, because he's a big job to do to form a majority, because they're a very small number of MPs currently, and they need a massive win on the day. And I don't think the public are convinced that he's got any answers to dealing with the economic problems. And furthermore, I really do believe that the public will not give responsibility for our health service and our education and our other public services back to the Tories. I still think the public don't trust them, and they will not give David Cameron a mount at it. But that we'll see.
Obviously, his strategy has been to talk about tying up with a local party here, the Ulster Unionists, to put some impetus behind it. You've mentioned the SDLP as a potential problem that has to be sort of delicately negotiated as far as you're concerned in terms of getting Labour to organise here. But do you think there's any potential for somehow bringing the SDLP into the fold here?
Well, that's probably something you would have to ask them. We have very friendly relations with a number of people in the SDLP, and the problem is that over the last 18 months or so, the SDLP have shown more interest in linking up with Fianna Fáil in the south and becoming essentially a wing of Fianna Fáil than they have done in developing a Labour approach to our problems. And of course, just as the official union or the Ulster Unionist Party linking up with the Tories is annoying quite a lot of their grassroots who are not Conservative and who are unhappy about them, the Ulster Unionist Party becoming Conservative. So there are a lot of grassroots within the SDLP who are unhappy at their predilection to go the Fianna Fáil route. Okay. So I think there's a big gap in the market for us where hopefully we can offer an alternative to orange and green politics here. Let the institutions settle down and let us bring sort of Catholic and Protestants together around a Labour agenda, because ultimately, as I say, Labour sets our taxes and sets our public spending, and that's where the action is. Okay, and the action, of course, will be this evening at your inaugural meeting. Have fun. White Black, many thanks.